Welcome back to the Shigeaki Podcast, where we explore the small daily choices that keep you strong, steady, and independent even after 60. I'm Dr. Mark Hyman, and today we're talking about something we all take for granted: eggs. The so-called perfect protein. Easy to cook, inexpensive, full of nutrition, and yet, I want to challenge what you think you know about eggs, because I've seen something strange in my clinic. I've seen patients in their late 60s, even 70s, eating an egg or two every day just like they were told. But still their legs grow weaker, their balance gets shakier, they struggle to stand from a chair, and their muscles, especially in the thighs, calves, and glutes, begin to waste away. So, what's going on? Let me tell you about Larry. Larry is 71, retired postman, always on his feet, healthy eater. He starts every morning with 2 hard-boiled eggs, some toast, and fruit. No junk food, no soda. He walks daily. But when he came in last spring, he was worried. "Mark," he said, "I just don't feel solid anymore. My legs feel like they're slipping away." We ran labs. He wasn't sick, no inflammation, but what we saw surprised him. His muscle mass had dropped by nearly 8% in just 2 years. His grip strength was weakening, and his protein intake while clean was too low to stimulate muscle repair. That's when I realized something simple and powerful. Eggs are good, but after 60, they're not enough. And if you're listening to this podcast right now, if you're over 60 eating eggs daily, but still noticing weakness in your legs, arms or back, you might be facing the same problem, because your body changes. After 60, your ability to build and maintain muscle doesn't work the way it did in your 30s. Your body becomes anabolic resistant, meaning it needs more protein more often, and of higher quality to maintain the muscle you already have. And that's where today's conversation begins, because there are foods that go beyond eggs when it comes to protecting your strength, preventing falls, and keeping you standing tall for decades to come. And joining me as always is someone who's witnessed this firsthand over nearly a century of care. He's a neurologist, a longevity expert, a national treasure of Japan, and at over 100 years old, he continues to walk with clarity, strength, and purpose. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, welcome back.
Thank you, Mark. Always a joy to join you and to speak to those who are still building strength no matter their age. You know, in Japan, we've long respected the egg, but we never assumed it was enough, because we understood after 60 the body does not just eat. It absorbs selectively, it repairs slowly, and it forgets unless reminded every day by food that has purpose. Eggs offer many good things, but they are only a starting point. If you want strong legs, stable balance, and confident movement in your 70s, 80s, and even 90s, you must eat with intention. And today we'll share the top protein foods that outperform eggs in preserving muscle and the strategies to help you use them correctly.
So let's dive in. Why muscle loss after 60 isn't just about aging, but about underfeeding your recovery. Why eggs, while nutrient-rich, lack the full spectrum of support your muscles demand. And the top foods backed by science and tradition that go above and beyond to keep you strong. If you want to stand longer, walk farther, and rise from a chair without struggle, this episode is for you. Because your muscles don't disappear overnight. They vanish silently unless you fight back one bite at a time. Let's be honest, most people over 60 don't realize how quickly muscle loss can sneak up on them. You might still feel strong enough, but strength isn't just about how you feel. It's about what your muscles are doing at the microscopic level. After the age of 60, your body begins to experience something called anabolic resistance. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. Your muscles don't respond to protein the way they used to. When you're younger, eating a moderate amount of protein, say an egg and some toast, is enough to trigger muscle protein synthesis. Your body hears the signal and starts repairing muscle. But after 60, that signal gets weaker. Your muscles need a stronger push, more protein, more leucine, and more strategic timing just to maintain what you already have.
This is something I've seen often. Patients come in and say, "But doctor, I eat healthy, I eat eggs, I walk every day." Yet they struggle to rise from a chair. Their legs feel slow, their posture softens. What's happening? Their muscles are not being stimulated enough to repair and grow. Eggs are helpful, yes, but one egg gives you about 6 grams of protein with less than 0.5 grams of leucine. For someone over 60, that's far below the threshold needed to activate meaningful muscle repair.
That's an important point. To stimulate muscle protein synthesis in older adults, you typically need around 5 to 3 grams of leucine in one sitting. That's not one egg. That's closer to 25-30 grams of high-quality protein per meal. And let's face it, most seniors aren't eating that. They may eat toast and fruit for breakfast, a small salad with chicken for lunch, and soup with bread for dinner, maybe one egg thrown in somewhere. But overall, they're averaging 40 or 50 grams of protein per day, when they may need 75 to 90 grams or more depending on body weight.
In Japan, we recommend seniors consume 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, especially if they want to stay mobile, walk independently, and avoid sarcopenia. That means a 60-kilogram person, about 132 pounds, would need at least 75-90 grams of protein daily. And more importantly, it should be spread evenly across meals.
Right. Not just loading all the protein into dinner, but having a balanced dose at breakfast, lunch, and evening. Let's look at why this matters so much. After 60, you're not just losing size, you're losing type 2 muscle fibers, the ones responsible for quick reactions, balance, and leg strength. That's why people say I can walk slowly fine, but I can't catch myself if I trip. I can stand, but I can't climb stairs easily anymore. I feel steady until I have to turn quickly. This isn't just about cardio fitness. It's neuromuscular strength, and it depends on constant high-quality protein input.
And if we don't give the body what it needs, the result is quiet muscle erosion. You won't notice it in a day or a week, but in a year, 2 years, you lose 5 to 8% of your muscle mass. And by the time you're 70 or 75, you may be frail without knowing why.
So, if you're someone who eats eggs and assumes that's enough, you're not alone. But here's the truth. Eggs are a great start, but they don't get the job done alone. We need more than just one food to build a strong body, especially a body that's aging gracefully. We need complete proteins with high leucine content. We need variety to support digestion, metabolism, and tissue repair. And we need to strategically time our protein to support movement, walking, and sleep. So, coming up next, we're going to dive into the top protein foods that actually outperform eggs when it comes to protecting your legs, your posture, and your independence. These are the unsung heroes, some from the sea, some from plants, some from the world of science, but all proven to protect your muscles after 60.
Muscles are not lost to time. They're lost to neglect. Let us show you how to feed them the right way.
Now that we've made it clear why eggs, while helpful, aren't enough on their own, let's walk through the foods that do more. These are whole protein sources that offer not just more quantity, but also higher quality. They contain leucine-absorbable amino acids and, in many cases, anti-inflammatory compounds that help muscles heal. And let's be clear, this isn't about trendy powders or expensive imports. It's about real food that helps you walk better, climb stairs easier, and stay upright longer. Let's start with the one that surprises most people. 1. Wild salmon, a complete protein with bonus anti-inflammatory power. Salmon offers around 22-25 grams of protein per 100 grams, far more than one egg. But what makes wild salmon special isn't just the protein, it's the omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3 help reduce muscle inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and increase muscle protein synthesis. Plus, they support brain health and joint mobility, which are both key for staying active. I often recommend 2 to 3 servings per week for older patients, grilled, steamed, or even in soup.
In Japan, wild salmon is considered a daily food, not a luxury. We serve it in small portions, usually with grated daikon, to help digestion. For older adults with aching legs or slow recovery, the combination of protein plus omega-3s makes salmon a true therapeutic food. And because it's easy to chew and digest, it's well tolerated by those with dental or gut sensitivity. 2. Cottage cheese, a slow-digesting protein for overnight muscle repair. Cottage cheese, or fresh cheese in general, is rich in casein, a type of protein that digests slowly. This makes it ideal for evening consumption, especially before sleep. Why? Because muscle loss happens not during the day, but at night when we go 7-8 hours without eating. Cottage cheese provides steady amino acid delivery, a good amount of leucine, and bonus calcium and vitamin B12.
That's why I often tell my patients, your last meal matters most if your goal is to wake up stronger. 1/2 cup of cottage cheese gives you 13 to 15 grams of protein with minimal sugar or fat. Add berries or cinnamon if needed. And for people who don't tolerate cow's milk, goat milk cottage cheese is often easier to digest. 3. Chicken breast, lean, versatile, and high in leucine. Chicken breast is a classic for a reason. It delivers about 26 to 28 grams of protein per 100 grams. And it's especially high in leucine, the amino acid responsible for triggering muscle growth. What makes chicken great is its versatility. You can add it to salads, stir-fry it with vegetables, or shred it into soups. It's low in saturated fat, and it pairs well with spices that improve absorption, like turmeric and black pepper.
In Japan, we often use chicken in clear broth, like torajiru, with root vegetables and mushrooms. For older people who struggle with appetite or chewing soft-cooked chicken is ideal. It's neutral in taste, easy on the stomach, and supports muscle retention, especially in the legs. 4. Natto or tempeh, fermented soy for strength and circulation. Let's talk about plant-based protein. In Japan, natto fermented soybeans has been used for centuries. Just 100 grams of natto provides around 18 to 20 grams of complete protein, along with vitamin K2, crucial for bone strength and circulation. Tempeh, its cousin from Indonesia, offers similar benefits with a firmer texture and mild flavor. These fermented soy products help preserve muscle, strengthen bones, reduce arterial stiffness.
And unlike unfermented soy, these foods are easier to digest and less likely to cause bloating. I recommend natto or tempeh, especially for seniors who avoid animal products, have early signs of bone loss, or want to diversify protein sources. Just one small serving per day can make a difference, and your gut will thank you too. 5. Whey protein. Isolate for recovery, especially after walking or activity. Whey protein, when well sourced, is one of the fastest and most effective proteins for muscle preservation. Why? Because it contains all essential amino acids, a high dose of leucine, and it's absorbed quickly within 30 to 60 minutes. That makes it ideal after light exercise, a walk, or resistance training. One scoop 20-25 gram protein can jumpstart muscle repair, especially if you haven't eaten for a few hours.
I sometimes recommend whey protein mixed with warm tea or plant milk, not just shakes. This makes it gentle on digestion, and it avoids the cold drink effect that many elders dislike. But always choose a clean whey with no added sugar or artificial ingredients. 6. Bonus 2 eggs. Plus extras. If you love eggs, upgrade them. Eggs can still be part of your strategy, but make them count. Instead of 1 egg, try 2 and pair them with avocado sautéed spinach, or a slice of tempeh or tofu on the side.
Think of eggs as part of the orchestra, not the soloist. Great on their own, better when paired with other muscle-supporting foods. So, to recap, here are your new protein powerhouses: wild salmon, cottage cheese, chicken breast niwa nasto, or tempeh whey, protein isolate, and yes, upgraded eggs. These aren't fads. They're functional, affordable, and powerful tools for protecting your independence after 60.
You don't need more years. You need more strength in the years you already have. These foods are not just for athletes. They're for anyone who wants to keep walking without fear, standing without struggle, and living with confidence.
So now you know what to eat, but let's get practical. How should you eat protein if you want to keep your legs strong, your posture upright, and your balance stable after 60? Because here's the truth. It's not just what you eat, it's also when and how you eat it.
That's something many people misunderstand. They think if I eat enough protein by the end of the day, I'm fine. But for someone over 60, the distribution of protein across the day may matter more than the total number. I always tell my patients, your muscles don't need one big meal. They need small signals throughout the day that say, stay alive.
1. Spread your protein. Across the day, not all at once. Let's start with balance. Most older adults eat very little protein at breakfast, a bit more at lunch, and a big dose at dinner. But studies show that evenly distributing 25-30 grams of protein at each meal leads to better muscle retention, energy levels, blood sugar control, and even satiety, which reduces snacking. So instead of light toast in the morning, a small salad at lunch, a big steak at dinner, try morning, 2 eggs, cottage cheese, and half an avocado. Lunch grilled chicken, chickpeas, quinoa, dinner salmon, vegetables, fermented tofu.
And don't forget about tea or broth in Japan. We often drink warm barley tea with lunch or clear chicken broth with tofu in the evening. It's gentle, keeps digestion smooth, and supports nutrient absorption.
2. Prioritize breakfast. Your muscles wake up. 2. This one's big. After fasting all night, your muscles are in a slightly catabolic state. They're ready to break down if they don't get fuel. So if you skip breakfast or just have fruit or coffee, you're missing a crucial opportunity to trigger muscle repair.
Even a simple meal like warm tofu with miso and greens or a protein smoothie can set the tone for stronger legs all day. And for those who say I'm not hungry in the morning, I say your muscles are. Train your body to expect nutrition when the sun rises. That rhythm helps not just digestion, but cellular repair.
3. Eat protein within 30-60 minutes after movement. This is called the anabolic window, a period after walking, stretching, or light exercise when your muscles are most receptive to protein. Even a 20-minute walk triggers the body to say, I'm rebuilding, give me what I need. If you eat protein during this window, especially whey, fish, or eggs, it goes straight to work, supporting muscle regeneration.
I often suggest something small but effective after activity. 1 boiled egg, a spoon of natto, half a cup of cottage cheese, or warm soy milk with ground flaxseed. No need for giant meals, just a signal to say, I hear you, body.
4. Combine proteins with muscle-supporting nutrients. Protein is powerful, but it works even better when paired with magnesium bananas. Spinach supports muscle relaxation, potassium, avocado, sweet potato, maintains electrolyte balance, vitamin D, eggs, mushrooms, sun, helps absorb calcium and maintain strength, and just a pinch of natural salt helps deliver those nutrients to where they're needed.
We often serve salmon with seaweed, or eggs with dark leafy greens. Why? Because protein alone is a builder, but minerals are the construction crew. Together they activate repair, reduce soreness, and improve posture.
5. Protect your muscles. While you sleep, let's not forget the night. Muscle loss doesn't only happen during the day, it happens during sleep, when the body runs low on circulating amino acids. So, your evening meal should always include slow-digesting protein, cottage cheese, miso, soup with tofu, a small piece of fish, or even a soft-boiled egg and steamed greens.
And finish with something warm, not sugar, not alcohol, but chamomile tea, barley tea, or ginger broth. That tells your nervous system, we are not in fight mode anymore, we are in healing.
So, let's take a breath and bring this home. You've learned a lot today. Maybe some of it challenged your old habits. Maybe you're still thinking, I thought 1 egg a day was enough. But now you know after 60, the body needs more nourishment, more strategy, more respect for the muscles that carry you through every single day. Muscle loss doesn't just affect your strength, it affects your balance, your bones, your independence. And for many older adults, it begins quietly until it becomes obvious. But the beautiful truth is this: it's never too late to change. This is the Shigeaki Podcast, where growing older means growing wiser and stronger. If this episode helped you, please subscribe, share it with someone you care about, and leave a review so more people can age with clarity and confidence. Until next time, stay grounded, stay nourished, and keep walking one strong step at a time.